And I'm sure at some point a sick one will come in or something and we'll have to do something. But not if we don't have to. Most of them are illegal in Washington.
Yeah, I would turn
So are we going to do this actually scare snakes?
Yeah.
Because if you really are scared, let me know not to push it. Or if you want me to push it, I will.
I am ready for this controlled exposure therapy. But if I cry, just look the other way.
Tears are okay. So the snakes that we bring every year.
Show them the shed before you cover that up.
Oh yeah. Here's your starter. She produced this on the way here in the trailer. So we did not put it on purpose.
It's a present for us.
So the snakes that we bring to this, you guys have been here every year for like 6 years in a row, and so they're really, really good. So they're the perfect ones to learn on because you won't have any trouble with them at all, but you get to learn their behavior and all kinds of good stuff with them. You made a mess, Ladybug. Okay. Okay, so you guys are going to be walking around, so you don't get to sit anymore. You can't. It's for years. This is your chance to like really have fun. Get back around. So these are just different examples of the puns that we use. So think for a minute just about, so remind yourself what these are for. I know everybody guys, what are the puns for? Yeah, great food mode. That's the main thing. These guys are all super good, but the food mode is no joke. You don't really want them to be in that ambush predator mode. Isn't that one funny? It is crazy. I agree. The red one is my favorite one. That one, we'll put them all back and use just this one. But I bring this one every time just because it's a good illustration. So I want you guys to like use this thing and pretend like you're going to try to move a snake with it. Well, that's the point. Like, everybody do that. Feel it. There's only 5 years, so like that. Well, so that's the point. It's like it's impossible. That's not what it's for. That's the key. It's like that's not something that you would pick up a snake with. So what I use this one for is the like look at how big her belly is. She doesn't fit in this cup. And at home, she's in an enclosure that's 12 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and the side, that's a picture at the beginning of the giants, and there's 3 feet in a dead-end corner, so she's in the back corner. I can't picture, so I use that to just drag them towards me. That's really all I use it for. Isn't that funny? You can put it back in here, you guys. So this is my favorite one because it's comfortable and lightweight and a good. So do you see her? Yeah. We're going to do her last, but what do you see about, she's demonstrating perfectly right now. Wow. And moving towards us. She doesn't have enough room to really elevate. But so that's really clear. Like, you need to turn that off. Well, she's just real fleety, but she's really, really good. We're going to do the boas first. They're these two because they're the easiest and good starter snakes. And then we're going to do a really annoying wiggly one just because she's exhausting. And then it'll get easier from there. The last two will be the big worms because they don't move very much. So we usually end up just sitting on the floor with them and hanging out with them. Okay, so we're going to be repetitive and say the same thing every time. So we're going to start with epic. You want epic again? I think you can take Carly. So what's the first thing that we should be doing? You guys come on over. Yeah, so where is she? What do you think about her? What do you like? Make some decisions. So the first answer is like, I don't know. Can't tell where she is. That's a problem, right? You need to know where she is. So we did you guys, I don't see her yet. Where is she? Oh, she's on her paper. Okay, so that tell us about her frame of mind? Sleeping, or she's feeling vulnerable. So if we're going to be asking her to come out, she's feeling vulnerable. We need to be conscious of helping her wake up and have kind of like thinking time to understand what she is and that she's safe. So when I first get a snake out, I usually just make some noise on my enclosure first. Oh, I need keys.
Yeah.
One year we had to bring bolt cutters to cut the locks off, so I forgot the keys. Another attached.
These all have like heaters, so
Yeah.
over there you can find.
Yeah, if you look on the side, these are the thermostats over here, or that was covered. And then they're in a trailer that has an RV, like a circuit battery and an inverter and solar, so it runs on all the ground. Okay, so I use these doors as a shield, so if they are really foodie and you wake them up in a hurry, they sometimes just like, is there food? And so they'll come flying out. So we use this to lock them. If you're doing, I'm hoping Carly's in her hide, so you get to see how to get a snake out of a transport tub. But so I'll keep it closed, and then I'm just gonna touch the enclosure somewhere. Because again, I won't be rude and just go right after her. So this just gives her time to wake up, and then usually I'll cut the snake. Do you see this big bump? That's her. So now we're waking her up.
Should be like.
Now this paper is just here for cover. And so I'm still not going to just reach my hand in, because she still could be asleep. So we'll we want to just get eyes on her first. There she is. Okay, so now what do you think about her body language? She's probably asleep. And then, so can you see her head? So she actually just started to move that way. So what's the body language telling you right now? She's not looking at us. She's not moving towards us. She's not elevated, and she's not in an S. So we're fine. Makes sense, right? So she's moving, she's awake, she's not giving you any of those clues, so we can go ahead and start working with it. See how she's still moving away? She's like looking at me, she's like, what, am I coming out? But she's not doing that really clear, direct look. Does that make sense? And all along, I'll just use the hook to just sort of be in front of her head, just have like a little bit of a safety net. See how she's moving away? That's what you're looking for. When they start to move away, that tells you they've turned off that food bowl. Make sense? And if they're not moving out of the way, what are you going to do? And get out of their way. They want to go somewhere, just get out of the way. Here. This is epic. We call her the class clown. And so now that we've turned off that food mode, this isn't really considered elevated anymore, right? Because we're doing it. And she's just kind of moving around. So this is kind of like you're still seeing the same thing, but we turned it off. So you guys can absolutely pet her and hug her and put her on your shoulder. So when you take her in, we'll get Nikki and I'll get Harley out. You guys can just spend time on her. Sure. Yeah.
How much is she worth?
30, probably. Yeah. So are you comfortable just standing there right here? You look awesome. You're doing it. Have you done this?
No.
And so the one shoulder, and then see how she's wrapping your waist? Because she knows to do that. So we can let go of her and she'll hang on. You can walk around and do stuff. Hey, okay. Goodbye.
Don't go in my pants.
Okay, so and then Nikki and I are going to get out this, and I do want you guys to watch her. So sorry to distract you with her, but. Okay, so what decisions have we made about this one? What's that mean? Two things. Sleep versus vulnerable. Yeah, so both of those things, we need to have certain actions for, right? So what should I do first? Other than vulnerable. Yeah, so I just want to make some noise, some movement, so she has a chance to wake up. A really hungry retic, a lot of times will just come flying right out looking for food. Boas don't tend to do that. So next we're going to stand up, so remember to give them a place to her. See, she's moving a little, and she still hasn't given you any of those cues. So now we're gonna take her hide out. Does that make sense? It's actually pretty simple, and it's not that long of a list. So this is how you're gonna get a snake in clinics, right? In a tub or a pillowcase or something. And so what I'll do, remember I was saying I use the door like a shield. I do the same thing with the lid. So I will open, so you're in the corner of your exam room, the whole room is open for them to go. I open it like this. Does that make sense? So if you open it right to you, they have nowhere to go but right at you. If you do this, you're not in their face. So I'll just kind of look and see where's their head, still make the same decisions, and then I'm going to pet her. So what do you think her body language is telling you right now? Here she go. She knows it, right? So she's awake. And what else? Remember those 4 things.
She's not looking at you, she's not coming towards you yet.
Yep. She's not elevated, she's not doing the S, she's not locking those, so she's totally fine. So now I'll kind of cover their head and not touch them, but this just gives you that little blocker, and then I'll pet them. Now we're just seeing, so we're applying a pressure to get her to do something. So now what are we seeing? Yeah, is she coming at me? No. So we're totally fine. She is looking, but she's doing it because she's curious. Come on, lady. Now do you see her tongue flick? So now she's like, okay, I'm awake. I'll start experiencing my world. And then I just put the hide down. And when I pick up a snake, I just put them on my shoulder. I know. So these guys are trained really well, so they'll just do this. But like, I would not hesitate to walk through the hospital like this. I would not care where her head is, unless you're holding my ponytail. Does that make sense? So I'm not worried about her head. Okay, who wants to? Yeah. You guys all should. I know. You guys should all wait. So we're just going to put her on your shoulder. So remember, not two shoulders. Yeah. Shoulder. So like pretend like you're carrying a bag on one shoulder and kind of hitch. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah. So you guys can, everybody can hold both of these guys. We're gonna do them pretty quick and put them away. So now's your chance to hold both. Are you comfortable petting her?
Yeah, like I was spinning her stomach.
I think hold on there.
I don't like the face
That's okay.
You have so much snake happening.
Okay. And so just like a dog, you don't come on top, right? You pat the chin, so her hand still, I'll just reach out and put my hand under her.
Just routine.
Just do whatever you want.
Still transparent.
Yeah, so go ahead and hand her to her. You guys can each take turns and we'll put them away. The big guys are way more fun.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering.
So you guys want to hold party or? You're gonna be tired by then because you're gonna be holding a much bigger snake really quickly here.
I can like hear her breathing in my like face.
Yeah. She's sitting on her.
She's out of her.
She's cute. She's a cute pie.
But at least she's,
So do you worry about them being over both your shoulders so they just like naturally?
I don't do it. Yeah. So if she wants to be on this shoulder, you gotta pick them right up. So what I'll do is just do this.
She's a
Always do this.
That's just a hog island.
That's just a hog island.
It's pretty hard.
And these ladies know that they're not supposed
But
to
she's
do
a
that.
big one.
Okay.
But if it's not a lady
Yeah.
that rides around the neck all the time, they might not know to do it. But this is how both of these things are trained to kind of ride around like this.
So I can like just like scoop her.
I try and leave it till last. I mean, yes, I look in the mouth of every snake, but I leave it to the very last thing because that's that sit on the floor will show you. Restrain them a little bit more tightly in the ball. They really don't like having their neck wrapped, really don't like having their tail wrapped. So try to not actually grab those unless you press.
The first thing you're told to grab was like.
Because that's so hard. See how she's already holding on to it?
Yes, we brought it to different patches, but yeah.
Are there like names of the fish here?
These are completely different. But there are different names for the different colors when you get into all those combinations.
It's kind of almost like
Ball python genetics is very confusing.
a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
You have a lot of visuals that are
I don't like having to say something and it's on me, okay? But having it like go at me, I want you, I'm like.
That's okay.
That's good. That's a good
You do great.
Getting it.
Slide her off.
Face in the
Good
picture.
job.
I'll turn her.
Can you smile for us?
She might come to me.
She's like, I think all this one.
Pictures of the big guys, like they know how to pose. Okay, we're gonna put these guys away. Anybody else? Keep breathing, take deep breaths. Breathe in. Big, big, big. Good job. Oh, you're so brave. That actually will help her feel safe. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
It's just their face.
He does. Sadly. He also had that mystery from her, and I didn't need to iron her for the remainder of her time here. If she's knocked out in a year, I will take her. She's from where he was.
And so when we come to you guys away, we let them do the work. We just kind of show them, give them something, just like for guys now, give them somewhere to go and then we let them choose to do it. Sometimes if they're real slow, then they'll stop halfway. You gotta finish it.
Are there snakes that you will not get out at the same time as other snakes?
Yeah, so the males and the females will no mix. And the males and the males no. The females can be together, but we keep the males separate. Don't think we're gonna have people again. Just fine, we'll just let everybody run them. They're not gonna be able to hold them just with 2 or 3 people. Okay, you wanna come put her away? See where she is? No. It's gonna decide not to go, so I'll take this. I'm trying to like direct them, so I just give them a, like, no. So this is that technique of applying a pressure, and so she's Mara does it really good. You guys will be able to see Mara do it. But so see how she's pushing against my hand? I'm not pushing her in, I'm just giving her a stop to say, don't come this direction. Oh, did you see how it started, guys? Yeah. There, now see but now she listened to me and she's like, oh, I guess I can go in. Isn't that cool? You get to see them actually make the decision. But we're all out of picture. Okay, so what do you want to tell me about her body language?
She moved a little bit.
Okay, so she's probably awake. Not looking at me, not elevated. Yeah, so what do I do first? Yeah, so we're gonna move the enclosure a little. There we go, see now she's moving, so she's waking up. What's next? I'm gonna touch the enclosure first. Yes, we're gonna give her time.
The screening topics.
Yeah, kind of. It's just making that rule in your head to do the 3 steps is a good way so that you don't accidentally go too fast. So I know her really well at home, like you see in the video. I'll just do this once, open her door, and walk away. She can do whatever the heck she wants. But for you guys, you want to learn the steps so that you do the same thing every time. Okay, and then I'm going to pat her. Now retakes do what we call a retake kick, where they'll just kind of block you off. She's not really gonna do it. I'm hoping Laura will do it. Okay, so now what do you think? Am I okay to open the door? Yep, because she's not looking at us. And then what I'll do is I'll sort of keep this near the head, and then I'll reach in and pat him. She's like, I don't want to come out, I'm sleeping. And so you do want to give her some time to actually make a choice. So she's just flat out ignoring me right now. So I'm still asking her, like, come on, we're going to do something. How about you? Wake up. This is like, 6:30, your alarm went off, you hit snooze 4 times, you haven't had your coffee yet, you're still in your bathrobe. I'm gonna turn her to have her look, like, come on, look out here. So what is her body language still telling you? She's still moving away, she's not looking at me. Yeah, she wants to go back to sleep. But so this is all the perfect language to say that we're fine, her food mode is turned off. Pretty easy to see, right? Now with a snake this big, you gotta be careful that you don't bend them too sharp. I'm gonna try to get her to go this way. Yeah, and then we're gonna have the girls come. So she's so big, we just set her down. And then we're just gonna give her a second to sort of wake up and look around and remember that we're gonna ask her to interact with people. Okay, you guys can come in and pat her. Isn't she great? Yes. Yeah, she's so big, she's gonna sound like she's kissing us just because she's moving a large volume of air.
Yeah, so it's gonna
And
sound
so
like
she's
she's
super social, she doesn't have fear, she's gonna come and see what you guys are doing. See how she's still on the ground? She's actually avoiding you guys, does that make sense? Okay, so you guys wanna pick her up? Hey, just grab an armful, heave. And then remember that nobody likes to have their, let them do it, nobody likes to have their neck grabbed, right? And so how long is her neck? Like 2 feet. So you may notice if you grab too high up, she's gonna back up and she won't like it. What are you doing? Okay. So put her on your shoulder. Your arms aren't strong enough, right? You want to face backwards? There you go. Somebody come to the front. I thought you guys were going to do a trade. Come to the front. You're on the table. just happened? What do you think that was? Did you notice that? You were holding her neck, and she didn't like it, so she backed up. Makes sense, right? Does that make sense though? So you have to be kind of conscious about what part of their body you're holding. Well, she'll tell you. And as you get more experience with these animals, you'll start to know, like, they might not tell you, but if you're aware of that, you can predict their behavior. Does that make sense? Somebody's gonna come up to you and do this, and you're like, oh God. And she's really good at showing that. She's super social and not afraid of anything, so she's just gonna back up and say you're annoying. But if you do that to a snake that's scared, you might push it into a fight. That's why we need so many people when you do an exam, because you gotta hold them if you're gonna open their mouth. She's kind of like massaging my shoulder.
Like carry the shoulder.
Yeah.
She's about that way.
So no, she never really stopped moving. She's actually being really mellow.
Yeah.
Really.
This
Yeah.
is exceedingly slow.
You guys want to, can somebody get a picture of her, like, really showing her hand, or do you guys already do it?
I know.
We would hold the snake.
Our hands are occupied.
You want to take a picture? She's really good at posing for pictures, so she'll, like, actually, like, come say hi to her, and then she might follow you.
Everybody look forward.
Say hi to Mickey, Goofy. She's not cooperating, or else she'll go. Now you got her. Lift up, you can. Okay, there you go, now she's doing it.
Hopefully one of those turns out.
So you guys, if you want to, you can set her on the ground now, but do it gently. So everybody bend down together. Don't just drop. 3, 2, 1. And you don't want her to think that she's falling. And then you can just kind of see how she moves on the ground, and we're going to put her back. And we'll get Mara out, because it's much more mellow. I know, so I'll just, like, if I don't want him to go somewhere, I'll just give him a flat hand like this. Does that make sense? And it's just a stop to say, no, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Isn't that cool how it goes? You're good. The retakes tend to do an S movement versus the burns tend to go in a straight line and just use the ribs. Okay. Lily, you're exhausting.
Under there.
Put her away and we'll do next time. She said, they don't really want to do too much today. They're getting tired. You can pet her if she goes away if you want, but you guys want to So at home in the steakhouse, we just invite her out and walk around the rock and do something. She comes out and she'll put herself away. So like what Nikki's doing right now is why we can do these with 2 or 3 people. We're not actually holding on with a
She has a ladder at home.
Yeah, some of the enclosures are 9 feet high. So imagine if we're straight on the ladder, they just come down the ladder. But holding her with all of you working together, you can see how hard it is to control, right? And this is somebody that's not scared of anything. Like she's been through every scenario you can imagine.
So if you need to like get blood on her, do you have to sedate her at all?
Her we really would. She's because she's so wiggly. You should be good at that. Hey Lily. The problem is having the needle not move when they're wiggling is hard.
Do you use butterflies ever to get blood on them?
No, because it's like doing a tail thing on a cow. So they're not big enough.
Okay.
Yeah, like a big guy. Here you go. Like a big one, like, well, any of them. The really big ones, you gotta use a spinal needle because they're so big.
It's hard to get used to when you're starting, but I've actually learned that I get the needle through the skin and let go. So the needle and syringe are attached, but I let go and let them get their wiggles out because the skin's supposed to first.
Yeah.
And then once you get the wiggles out, then you can start redirecting.
Snakes will almost every time. Okay, so what should we do? And actually, come look close. Come look at her mouth, guys. She is sound asleep. Her mouth is crooked. It's like, imagine her like drooling. She's so asleep. But like, just think what that means for her to be asleep right now. She is super comfortable. She's not scared of nothing. She's done this many years in a row. It's pretty cool, right? And so the other thing is, we might be able to see, if you watch her eye really closely when I go in there, you might be able to see the pupil open up. You might be able to see her turn her eye when she does wake up. So we're gonna just do this first. Watch her eye. And then what's next, right? We don't go right to her. We're gonna touch the wall first. See her eye move? Yeah. So even if they don't move their head, you can sometimes see the eye. See now she's doing her tongue. So she's trying to see what is it. So now I'm gonna pet her, but I'm not gonna go right to her head just because that's rude. Oops, I did on accident. You can't see. Okay, so what do you think she's telling us? She's fine, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna open. Oh, do you see the kick? No, it's not a kick. Okay, and then what's next? What do I do before I touch her? Yeah, so we just do this, not touching, or if it's really wiggly, I'll actually touch it. We might have to do that with her. Look at these ears down here. Hello, ladies. So I'll just kind of go here and then I'll just pet them and still see what she does. Hey, Mara. I know you haven't had your coffee yet, but it's time to get up. And we're watching to see if she turns on that body language that tells me I need to get out of the way. Also notice I'm not standing right here. I'm giving her somewhere to go. And if it were now, and it looks really scary, even you guys standing there would be too much to make her feel like she was safe to come out, so you guys would all have to stand behind me. Come on, lady. Oh, come on. You see how she moved away? That's her communicating that she doesn't wanna, she's not just doing a food thing. You want coil her? So do you see how tight this coil is? If we pull her the wrong way, she could fall, she could hurt herself. We're gonna put her on the ground again. It wasn't very warm. So this is the same kind of snake as Lily, but she's a much calmer individual, so she's not going to move as much. I know, it's a different group, okay? It's okay. She's like, what? Who are you guys? See how she went away? That's pretty clear communication. She's like, oh, I don't know you, get away. If she's going right at you, there's a distinction between what choices she's making. Now she's like, I'm going back to that. Do you guys want to try to pick her up?
No, you're not.
Okay. So it's just a way for you guys to really, oh, you sorry. I made you do it. Just to really think about trying to do an exam.
Yeah.
So you can get her. When we're working with them at Snake House, a lot of times I'll just lift the head, or her middle, and then I'll just drag her. Let's take a step sideways, you guys. Everybody go to sit down.
I'll just coil in a circle.
You can probably gently push your leg. Straight up.
She kicked me out.
So do a shoulder, like it's a bag. Yep, it's very strong. The other thing is if we're gripping them with our fingers, they think it's restrained and that'll scare them. You see how straight she is right now? Like I'm not worried at all about her coming at me because this is a different body language. And a lot of times at shows, this is blocking. A lot of times at shows, if you see how I just turned out, so I do two shoulders, she'll repeatedly come back to me because she knows me, and I just spun out so that she's not on two shoulders. Can you see the difference in her personality from Lilith?
Yeah.
So if you have a retic on your schedule, expect Lilith, but hope it's Mark. instead of a restraint thing. So we'll look at the mouth last on an exam. So we'll hold them like this and just follow them around while we do an exam. So like for her, I'm gonna be like squeeze her belly and like go all the way down her body. You can feel her ribs. I'm gonna push on her organs. I'm gonna look at her tail. We're still not restraining her. We're just letting her do what she wants because we're not scaring her. The last thing we do is look at her mouth. I'm actually gonna do it to her, you guys. So at the end, we'll hang onto her head. See, I'm holding her. She's like, that's annoying. And I can open her mouth right now, but then I'm also gonna just slowly disengage. And she's like, okay, fine. I was rude. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So she's learned already, because we had her out first without being rude, that we're not really going to do that nonstop. If you go right to the hard restraint, then that's what they think the whole interaction is going to be. So many rules. Even with a snake I don't know, I'm going to read their body language first, and if their body language tells me it's okay to do so, I will pick them up, put them on my shoulder with their head behind me, and I will ignore their head. If they did the disengaged body language, right? Okay. Okay, that's pretty much all she's gonna do.
She's really strong.
You guys
It's like she's squeezing us together.
You guys are down.
She's squishing us together.
I've got like her little tail around her.
Do we want to sit her down?
Oh, do we all just go to a meal or something?
You guys can all just sit. And then we're gonna get the burdens out and sit with them on the floor too. So she might run off because she's a retard.
She's going backwards.
Why do you think she's doing that?
It's okay, she's got my
There you go. See, you let go. And then she's like, okay, never mind, I'll stay with this lady. You can just hang out.
Is she okay to?
Yeah, I'll follow. So see, she's a retard. She's gonna run off. That's what they do. The retards move.
No one else, and you don't have her. I just couldn't because you guys are let go. Sorry.
The next two snakes are going to be really good examples for you to look at body conditions for. So we'll talk through that and how to do it.
Hey Sarah, since she's being so good, can we try and show me her heart?
Yeah,
I couldn't find it on.
she's so strong. You might not be able to, but you might be able to.
Yeah.
So
Should be about at the end of the first third. Maybe about in there somewhere.
So come look with Nikki because you gotta see it. What we're trying to do is see where her heart's beating. They're really strong, and so you can't. Sometimes their muscles will keep you from looking at this switch.
I'm not seeing it.
You might be able to see it on and that was just so fast. Good. You see how she's hollow, you guys? Up here she's really strong. Yeah.
See, she's basically doing an abdominal rotation right now.
You guys can do it to her. She's really good. Like, come feel how hard it is to push that in. I think her heart might be right here, Nikki.
What are you doing with it in your throat?
Or that's her muscle. Brand's is really high too. No, maybe not. Oh, wait. It's right here. I think. No, maybe not. No, yeah. You can see it. Oh, hello.
So in that case, when we can't do it that way, we'll just grab the rocker
Yeah.
and just put it on their belly and just let them slide over it.
So really push hard, you guys feel this. You see how hard I'm pushing, like, push! See how then you feel it? Yeah. PCS. So Mara is just about perfect now. She was a beast when we got her, but she's probably a 6 out of 9. 5 out of 9, 6 out of 9. Lily's a 5. So Lily's perfect. Mara's a 8. Did you find it?
I felt like a bum.
Yeah, you'll feel the heart.
Like in here.
Yep, that's where I thought it was. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's just see if she'll just sit with me for a second. I might be able to see it, maybe. What's her like average heart rate gonna be like? 4. Nice.
Yeah, easy to count.
When she's moving, it'll go faster. But if she's sound asleep, yeah, it could be like 4 or 6 or 8.
And I don't think how warm she is too.
Yeah. When they're sedated, 1. A big, big snake like this is just like a big boom once a minute kind of thing when they're asleep. Okay. But she's like, dude, that was gross.
I didn't want to drop that.
Okay. Let's put her right, we'll get up. We might be able to see kiss it like that. That one's a little too fat.
I couldn't find it last night,
You
but.
tried to kiss it?
Yeah, but I was at the wrong angle.
She said, I don't know myself.
I just want to make sure you know the right set of enclosures.
So at Snake House, this is what we do. We just say, like, we start pointing, like, okay, go home. And then I'll do this, and she'll go to the pathway, and she'll start to go. She doesn't quite know where she is right now, but. He's back. There you go. Yeah, and it's a real problem with the nails because they will be hormonal and want to breed if they smell the females. And then that's why the budget is being so bad right now because he's in a room with a bunch of girls. We don't have a big enough building to separate them. I would have them in different rooms if I could. Oh, no, okay. You were letting me do that for a minute there. At home, we have insulated astroturf, so it's soft and squishy. I wouldn't want to drag her backwards on the cement, but she's okay going forward. There you go. Thank you. She's helping. So that, what you just saw me do, is why we can get away with the 6-foot rule and the 4-foot rule.
She's rearranging.
But I really do believe that stress-free handling is important for these guys. They feel stressed just like anybody else, even though we're not used to thinking of them in those terms. And if you can get them to feel comfortable with you while you're doing your treatments, it really makes it a ton easier. Gonna give her a ton. Go ahead.
She's done. It's fine.
Thank you, Mara. So do you see how she's got a little bit of that cheek look? That's why I'm giving her a 6. Yeah. You'll see on Edna, Edna's more like a 7 or an 8. Did you see her cute little bent tail, you guys? Good luck. Let's go, be shy. Thank you. Little bent tail. Let's just show ya. Hello, say no, right there. Okay. And so my different species will have longer tails. So please, I would not do that to a protect that scared, but it's that was real, I'm so sorry. Heck yeah. so remember that. And it's not that she wants to eat us, it's just that they're, opportunistic. Okay, so, what do you think we should do? My snake is staring at ya. Let me get her shut off her chin. I'm actually gonna bug her a little bit, so someone see what she's gonna do. She's looking at me more. Now, so we're gonna have to turn this off, so now you get to see how to do that. The other girls didn't have it on at all. She does. See how she's totally following me? She's hoping that the food gods are coming. Okay, so I usually start by just, this is one that isn't open, see? There. I usually start just by kind of moving the door a little. And what do you think I should do? Wall, good. See, do the same thing every time. She says, I know what you're doing, but.
Do they feel the vibrations more than they're actually like hearing?
So they do have ears, they have the internal bones, but they don't have the outer ear, and they don't have the eardrum, right? Okay, so now what? Yeah, I'm gonna pet her, and then we're gonna see what she does. So she knows if I'm touching her, that means it's not food time, but we're still gonna make sure she's listening. See, now she's looking at the hook, so she's turned away from me, which is what we want. But do you think I should open yet? Okay, so this, when I'm looking at you, I'll do this with the hook right in front of them to see if they're gonna follow the hook. She's not. And then I'm gonna actually push her away. So I need to tell her to stop staring me down. And so I'm gonna be pushing and pushing and pushing and see if she complies. Did she comply? Yeah, pretty good, right? So I'm gonna open the door. And now she wants to come out, so we're gonna let her come out. We're not gonna stop her forward motion. We're just gonna steer her. Okay, now what should I do? Perfect. Yeah, I'm being repetitive, right? Because I want you to do the same thing every time. So now we're gonna do this. And I'm gonna pet her. And that way, if she does come at me, I can bonk her if I need to. And now I'm asking her to go away from where we're touching. So if I touch her here, she doesn't know where to go. We want to touch her back here and say, come on, get moving, get out of here. What do you think I should do when she looks at me? Yeah, I'll just steer her, but I don't want to go in front of her. I want her to come out. I'll just kind of steer her. Come on, you. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
It's good.
Is it still recording?
Yep.
You want to go that way? So, you gotta remember to not be in their path of movement. That make sense? I see all the time, people will be asking their snakes to come out, but they're blocking their way to go. Like, how confusing is that? Now, this is a burn. They almost always are going to choose to not bother moving. You'll see the difference. Once we get them out and kind of settle, you'll see what it means. Okay, you guys can pick her up, she's really good, but we're gonna get Edna out pretty quick, and we'll sit around with these two for a bit. She's small enough that you don't really need all of you. So she's pretty manageable, right? Yeah. Who's the picture? be. Okay, so let's look at Etna. She's doing kind of some similar stuff. She is super foodie. This is the one that I had to give her my crock. So she came out and was like up here like looking for food, and I couldn't get her to disengage because there was a rabbit in the room. She could smell it. So I literally just went like this and gave her my shoe, and then let her take it off, and then I just walked off and waited for her to calm down. But that's why I like these. When I was a tennis shoe, I would have had nothing I could do. She's not gonna eat a crock. She's good at that eventually. And then I got a tooth stuck in it. Okay, so what do you think we should do? What do you think of her body language now?
I just want to point out to you guys that it is noon, so if you have to go somewhere, you are welcome to go.
Good
But you
point.
can stick around too.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of start with who's in the door. There you go. So she's awake, she's paying attention, she's wondering, could there possibly be food coming, right? They're unlocked first. And generally, if you're working with an animal that has potential to be dangerous, don't sit on your knees, sit on your feet, so you can get out of the way. If I'm sitting like this and I'm not paying attention when she comes at me, I don't have any way to get up. Does that make sense, you guys? So you want to try to get used to, oh, hi, doing this so you can move. Yeah, so you guys are seeing all this, right? This is important. So what is she thinking? She's hoping for food, yeah, but she's prepared to grab it if the opportunity arises. So we have to be very clear and specific about saying, no, there's no food coming, calm down. Okay, so what should I do? Yep. And you think I'm gonna get to the wall? No, so, since I'm not even gonna be able to get to the food, now see we're over here, I'm gonna change sides. Oh, you gonna go with me? Because I want her to have all that room to go. She's so hungry. And so I'll even still just do this for a minute. So I'm just giving her time to think. See, I just touched her nose through the crack. I'm gonna move again, because I don't want to be right in the direction she's going. Does that make sense? So you're just gonna adapt whatever they're doing. Now I want her to see the hook is with her. She's too smart. She's like, that's a hook. I don't want that. So she's not reacting to that. So now I'm gonna start trying to steer her a little and see if she's gonna listen to me. Do you think that was a good move? Yeah, so she actually did back up. She said, oh, okay, fine. And so I'll just still steer her, and if she wants to come this way, that's okay. I'll just go the other way. I'm just gonna get out of her way. See how now she's not lifted up anymore? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So she's starting to understand, see how she went away. See how she went away. Does that make sense, you guys? That's pretty easy to see, don't you think? And then I tend to copy their energy. So if they're being pushy, I'll be pushing back. Okay? Okay, so she's backing up, she's going away. We're good to open it. See if she wants to come out. Yeah, exactly. She's like, no, never mind. See, she's even backing up now. My sneaker. And so I'm still going to do this, even though her body language tells me her food behavior is turned off, right? Just to be safe. Okay. That makes sense? You guys think you can get a big snake out now? Okay, so. mean, like Lily and Mara are pretty fun to interact with, but they're exhausting. These ladies you can sit down and just cuddle with. Mara and Lilith, they're gonna run off and get into something. So feel her ribs, Nikki, have them do, like, feel the ribs and, like, get an idea of body conditions for her. Feel the dorsal vertebrae, dorsal processes on our vertebrae, and then when you can feel Etna, you'll feel the difference.
Can some of us start over here? Some of us start over here.
Yeah. So for her top of her spine's down here in this middle. So you can feel the dorsal processes right here. You gotta push pretty hard. Feel it? Yeah. And then push and feel her ribs. So like you push right here. Feel it just like and then see her butt cheeks. They're not supposed to have butt cheeks. They use their scales to like our butt cheeks.
Kind of.
They don't have that.
It's like good down
Yeah, so because you're going in between ribs, so it's like you're going. Yeah, but it's the whole length. And so for her, and then have a look at her width of her belly scales versus Kiska's. Nikki, can you show us how much bigger her Kiska's belly scales look compared to Etna's? So look how little shorty, narrow these ones look, and then see how much bigger Kiska's look? They're the same size scales, it's just Etna has a whole bunch of fat on both sides of them. So it looks like the scales are smaller in proportion. Does that make sense? Yeah. Oh, I just want to eat. If you guys have already felt Kiska's, somebody sit down and give each of these ladies somebody to warm the hug.
Yeah, warm to hug is not me.
Yeah. Sit down cross-legged and she'll just like go. Let's see that. Go see that. Look. Here. Yeah, so you have to push way hard. So
Someone gets some what's your recommendation? The snake is more defensive if you can't.
So they shower it.
Wait?
Yeah, yep. And then you feel
Yeah.
the ribs.
You're not gonna get them out like a reshape, it's like this. I mean, you can plug them until they finally, you can push them to the point of, but it takes time. Normally, they're not, that's usually low. That's why we brought like some of the better.
I think they're aware of their
I
smells,
would guess
but they
most
just
of what
don't
they're
care about much.
probably doing with the vet clinic would be, did have been handled.
Right, yeah.
So they're probably not gonna be doing it for us.
Or you would have to sedate them.
Yeah,
But that's hard with these guys,
turn her around.
just because they don't wake up for days. Yeah, and their heart rate's so slow. You put these guys down, it'll be a day or two before. And so it's not, it's really hard to do. We do it.
Wow, it's like a big weird blanket.
Yeah.
Is there any difference on the other like thickness of their head? Nothing at all.
The males are smaller, actually. Yeah, just in general, the females will be bigger.
So it's really good to tell whether it's
You see how it's not, she doesn't care about grabbing her neck? So retakes are just more temperamental. The retakes will choose to react more quickly and more often, whereas this guy, she probably doesn't like it. She's like, whatever, it's not worth expending the energy to react to it. That's why I love the worms. They're so much easier.
Once they know that no food or once they realize that, okay, you're not a threat.
My experience.
Well, and so she's curled up and all she's got fat rolls, like, we talks about that. Like,
Strike.
Works cool, yeah, it's good, I agree. I don't care, it's pretty rare to see too.
Yeah, just out camping, I've come across like 3 of them. Thankfully, like, I didn't take a big one. My brother, he knows some pretty good, there's a spot down by Kinder, there's a always
That's awesome.
there. And down by, is he around Silver City area? One night I think we saw 3 of them. A bunch of rattlesnakes and then some bulls.
We saw them up where we got to lose.
Definitely my favorite spots. Yeah, I was out in Silver City. 3 other people and we're walking on the road. It was like,
They have the same colors.
Right over there.
That's cool.
We see more stinklers.
Tiny, it's so small.
Yeah, that's probably about like that.
That's a good size, yeah. We have some very nice babies.
Yeah, yeah, between them. They go between them. So if I was gonna give her an injection, I would not hold her at all. I would make sure she had somewhere to go. If she's gonna try to run away, I'll just poke them a little bit with my finger, and then I just blink with a butterfly, and then I let go. I do, yeah. And then like pay attention to like what side you're on, because you're gonna alternate, and like we'll put in the notes, cranial third, middle third, or left or right, so that we keep track of where we're doing. That's all I got. Where else are you gonna do it? I challenge you to find the calf muscle.
How deep in would you go, like, if you're giving her an injection?
She's so big, you can do the full needle length and you'd be fine. But I don't go straight down. I'll go kind of at an angle because I'm actually trying to get under a scale. But I actually don't worry that much about it. You are gonna draw back. So if you get air back, you're in a lung. If you get fluid back, you might be in her stomach. You get blood. So any safe injection is gonna be like, you know what I mean? We also do injections into the coelomic cavity. And so you gotta make sure that you're not getting urine or, whatever. Bile, yeah.
I did that once.
Right? Depends on the animal. Yeah. Mostly they just tolerate it.
Yeah.
And some don't like it. A lot of the retics that are not used to people, they'll do that retic kick or something. They're like, knock it off, really? So you staying one with you guys now? Good. You guys have to go to my better back. You're good. Try to get her head on her leg too, so she's not losing all that heat. If she's willing, try to flip her to your
Was it
right.
Edna that just shed?
Huh?
Edna just shed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just haven't been into it. It's been a while since I've been.
Oh,
Just
so
a
never
challenge
mind.
that I go.
We're not.
Normally comes, like, you rip or like.
She might go back to her house, which is fine. She's looking at it.
How worried are you about this?
Not at all.
Stuff like that, like, that would go.
Surrogate.
A duck egg. I'm not worried about these things.
You want-
wanna think about too, is like the reptiles have such different pathophysiology, different body temperatures. There's not gonna be very many things that can thrive in them that's gonna thrive in us. Salmonella, you could, but you're more likely to get gross bacteria from your cutting board in your kitchen, because of your chicken, than from these things. And like when I clean in enclosure, I will just pick up their poop by hand and throw it away. I would probably not do that with my dog. You're not washing your hair every day after doing that? No, not at all.
Do you want to clean that one before she goes
I
back?
should have this. I would literally like sit with her and eat a sandwich right now. That's how I go all day. She is very clean though.
Yeah.
That guy is gross. You know, so like that's one we don't want to smear on all over us. I still am not that worried, but I am gonna be more careful with an animal that is gross and sick and dirty.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I took a ton, so I figured it was probably. You guys have a
So I'll add you guys.
We actually do need to get all the water out of these guys. We're in a travel right now.
As long as you let them know, like, 'cause it's not like anytime they get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use the house for feet, smart.
Thanks for that, school. Thanks a lot.
I want to see her enclosure too, so this is the heat. And then this is the core box. So what do you think? Not so scary?
It's not
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of it takes a while to turn that off. Like, you have a lot of physical response to it. So you can't just turn that off automatically. And it's,
Like,
I think
it's
you're
really
doing well.
just face in the eyes, like,
Yeah, that's okay. If I
don't have to go with the head, I'll make the rest.
that's just like smart.
Yeah.
When your body conditions for it, you have to consider
Have a good day.
I have so many blankets, I would rather say yes, I just don't have space. But then I would like it, you know, and the cats are like 20 pounds of heated blankets. Easiest, like a jar, like top down, just. And then we're also looking at,
Yep, see, it's mostly versus now. Sometimes you can get an idea just. And it's.
They're not sweaty, they're not gross.
Just make sure you have it. If you're ever not sure, if you can find a picture that is from a wild version, they're not gonna be that tiny, so ugly. So you know that a wild type continues on.
So if you look, there's a
And
wide.
even if you are
It's okay, it's empty. We have to empty them before we travel.
Our trailer is outside, so we're gonna.
Because very different. Or even the resource. So we just have to kind of judge based on what's happening. Turkey. Hey. Or believe it or not, that is also great. It's just so
Pile of gravel
a baby should eat every week or two, but not for very long. And it depends on if the little colubrids are higher energy snakes, they're gonna eat more often. A bird in the wild, they might not get food, they might not be successful for a long time. So they've developed the ability to go without food for a long, long time. And then you put them in captivity, lock them in a box so they're not moving around as much, and feed them more, and they get obese really easily.
If you have a snake that should be eating like once a week, but doesn't, but only wants to eat like once a month, you still continue to offer them food?
Hopefully there's no, there's something wrong with something. Probably too cold.
Yeah, too cold is usually, the other thing too is weigh them. If they're not losing weight, I don't care if they're not eating. If they're losing weight, then it's a problem. So if they're just super mellow and their metabolism is kind of slow and they're not doing a whole lot, it's okay if they don't eat for 3 months, as long as they're maintaining their body weight.
And that goes for most reptiles. Reptile colonies, they do the same thing. You know, we got bearded dragons in a moment of cremation and iguanas that won't eat the entire time. You know, they're developing eggs, there's no room. But I don't worry about them as long as they're still in good body condition. If you have an iguana come in, outside developing and it's in good body condition, then you need to reduce that.
Yeah, I just leave it. You did both. Wonderful.